welcome back to another video. So today's vlog is a reset and recharge week in my life. So I wanted to bring you along with me as I do my period self-care routine and rest and recharge and kind of take things a little bit more slow this week and focus less on work and more on nourishing my mind, my body, and my soul. She's purring so loudly right now. But anyways, as I was saying, at the beginning of my reset and recharge week, I like to do some journaling prompts to help me set my intentions for this week and make sure that I am in touch with what it is that I need during this time and making sure I'm resetting and recharging in whatever ways that I might need, because every month is different. There are some months where I feel pretty good, pretty energized, and I don't really need to slow down that much. And then there are times like this time around where I'm absolutely depleted, on the verge of burning out. I'm tired and I really need to be mindful of that. So doing these specific journal prompts each month is really helpful with that. So the first question that I ask myself is, where is my internal battery right now? So this is a journal prompt that I picked up from the book Period Power by Macy Hill, which I've talked about. And one of the tips that she has is, at the beginning of your period, understand where your internal battery is so that you can determine what it is that you might need during this time to reset, to recharge, to fill your cup up. So for example, this time around, I wrote that my internal battery is at around a 20%. So I'm not completely burnt out just yet, but I do feel myself slowly burning out if I don't take the proper steps to recharge my battery. And the second journal prompt that I like to ask myself is, what are my mind, body, and soul craving right now? If you've heard that TikTok,
I don't want anyone to call me on the phone. I don't want anybody to text me. I don't want to speak to anybody.
That's kind of where I'm at right now. So as I was going to read you my next journal prompt, I found my cat laying on my notebook. Excuse me, buddy. I need this. Thank you, baby. So the next journal prompt that I like to journal on is, what do I need to let go of this winter season to fully recharge? When you think about it on a physical level, we are releasing things from our body that we no longer need. So the way that I look at it is, it's not only a time to release things physically, but also mentally and emotionally and spiritually. So during this time, I like to think about, what are the things that I need to let go of, release, get rid of, unhealthy habits, or maybe something that I have been going through mentally that I feel like I want to reflect on. So those are the questions that I like to ask myself at the beginning of my period, and these questions really help me set my intentions. And so with that being said, I feel like this week is going to be very slow, very chill, very cozy. I will see you all in the next clip. So it's a little bit later in the day. I just took a shower and I put on this face mask by Nourish3. It is their Clarify and Brighten face mask. It has 6% AHA and 1% BHA. I like to use this mask when I'm dealing with breakouts. It really helps with drying those out. And right now, since I'm on my period, I have quite a bit hormonal breakouts. It seems like ever since I got off birth control back in May, my skin has been in this purging season. So I've been breaking out more than normal. So the first day of my period since getting off birth control has always taken me out every month, and today is no different. I've literally been in bed all day. I made myself a tea to help with that, and then I also, period hack for you, if you don't have a heating pad, heat up some water in like a pot, or if you have a water heater like I do, heat up some water and then put it in a little water bottle. I just have this glass water bottle. I believe I got this off Amazon. And then place it wherever you are feeling cramps, but be sure not to burn yourself, because I did that a few times. It helps a lot, just like a heating pad would. That's my little period hack of the day. This is what my nightstand is looking like. And then I also use a bit of this lavender roller ball for tension and just as aromatherapy.
What's wrong with you today?
Oh, we got kissed.
What?
So I'm about to make an afternoon coffee for myself. Really happy that I finally found a recipe that I love making at home. I can't even tell you how many times I've tried making iced coffee at home. I've used an espresso machine, I still have it. I've used really expensive coffee beans, a French press, literally everything, and I could never really get the recipe right or how I like it. And I recently found a TikTok. Anyways, as I was saying, I came across this TikTok of a girl making iced coffee at home using instant coffee. And I know some people are very picky when it comes to their coffee. I am one of those people, and when I saw this video, I thought there's no way that coffee is as good as she's making it seem. But the recipe looked pretty easy to do, so I thought it doesn't hurt to try it. I had most of the things anyway, so I ended up trying it, and it is good. I was so pleasantly surprised, and I will link the video down below if you are interested in following step by step how she does it. So like I said, I will link her video down below if you want to copy exactly how she did it. I did change it just a little bit. In the video she's using the Colombian version, but I couldn't find that at the store, so I just got this same brand but French roast instead. And then she used salted caramel. I already had classic caramel syrup, and then I went ahead and picked up vanilla, and then I already had caramel, like the drizzle. And then for milk, I am using this oat milk. This is actually my first time trying this brand, and I like it so far. It's very creamy. Like the perfect color. It is so good. I am so happy. Oh my goodness, my wallet is going to be so happy too. So shout out to the creator who came up with this recipe, because chef's kiss, you guys. I've just been sitting on my bed, on my computer. I've kind of begun the process of reflecting on 2022 and brain dumping for the new year. I was talking about this, I believe it was my last podcast episode. Somebody asked me what my goals for 2023 are, and I said that in order for me to really know what I want to accomplish or do in the new year, I need to reflect first on this year. I feel like reflecting is so helpful in reminding yourself of all of the growth and things that you have accomplished. Sometimes we hyper focus on the big life goals and accomplishments, but we forget of the little wins that happen in between that I think are just as important. Just because you didn't reach a specific goal or a specific number, that doesn't mean you failed at reaching your goal or that you didn't make progress. Progress is still movement forwards. One thing that life really taught me in 2022 is you have to be open to change, and you have to learn how to be adaptable and know when it's time to pivot in your life. So just to kind of recap what I was talking about in my podcast episode, I came into 2022 thinking I knew exactly what my goals were. I knew exactly what the plan was and what I was going to do and how I was going to get there, specifically in terms of my career. For those of you who don't know or are newer here, I had a coaching business that I ran. I am a certified life coach, and I mentored women from all around the world, and I helped them with their goals and their habits and their mindset and all of that. I did live trainings and courses and ebooks and all of these lovely things that I loved doing. And then around March of this year, I kind of hit a wall where the things that I was doing no longer felt right for me. I was burnt out, I was tired, I was uninspired, and for the first time in a long time, I felt very lost in my career and what I was supposed to do. I have a few episodes here where I talk more about career pivoting, coming to the realization that instead of focusing on coaching, I wanted to focus more on content creation. So creating content for my podcast, my YouTube channel, my social medias. Like, I genuinely love creating content. I love filming, editing, putting together a whole production and watching the end results from beginning to end. Like, I love the whole process of it all, and I also love that I can add value into what I'm creating. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second, but basically the biggest lesson that I've learned in 2022 so far is have a plan, but also be open to change and listen to your intuition. Something no longer feels right to you, whether that's a job, a relationship, where you live, or you're feeling this call to make a change in your life, listen to that. I always say your intuition is like your inner compass. It's there to guide you where you are meant to go. And although it was kind of scary to pivot my career after spending so much time building my coaching business to where it was at, I'm very grateful that I listened to my intuition, because that led me to so many amazing opportunities, dream opportunities that I didn't even could have imagined or thought about or even made goals for, because it just wasn't even on my radar. The success that has happened since making this pivot in my career has shown me that I made the right decision, and I'm much happier doing what I'm doing. I'm much more fulfilled. And so I feel like going into 2023, I'm still going to have my goals and my plans and my intentions. I feel like I'm always going to be that kind of person, but I'm also going to be open to the possibility that the goals that I set might not be the same goals that I have at the end of the year, and be open to kind of making adjustments. Anyways, moral of this mini pep talk is to, one, give yourself credit for your little wins as much as your big wins. Every step you take adds up. If you took any steps towards the right direction, you are doing so much better than you think. Second moral of this story is to have your goals, have your plans, have a path that you want to go on, but also be open to change, and don't be afraid when it's time to pivot or make changes in your life. Anyways, I am going to continue.